The story of my life started with a film called Unfriended. Surfing on one of the most widespread social media sources, I still remember the time after watching the extremely staggering film which I was looking some details for. I stumbled across a gorgeous blonde girl who was interested in the film too, so I decided to send her a friend request right away, and she approved of that. She and I have continuously prattled with about it for so long, enjoyed together, and a friend relationship started to begin and develop between us. Not only did we laugh a great deal, but also we shared our lives. Hence, I feel comfortable talking to her. She was the girl of my dreams that I've always wished to be with. The more time passed forward, the more I loved her and began feeling a melting, drifting joy inside me as a splash of peaceful water. This love started breathing within me. She was a beautiful, calm girl, but she feels sad from time to time. I used to make her laugh and feel happy. She has become everything in my life. I think of her every time and everywhere, in class, at home, and I began staying up alone with the glowing, astonishing stars slowly and unhurriedly. So I began to dive into the vocabulary of love. I haven't thought that our friendship would grow that much. It was the most beautiful moments in my life. She has changed my life, and everything became beautiful to my eyes. I was on top of the world that I have become addicted to elation as much as the one is addicted to cocaine. Every time I talked to her, my heart got shivery. Life has actually poured me a goblet of love, as well as romance, quenched my thirst. I was constantly sitting in front of the computer, talking to her. Each day, to me, was like a holiday, but my soul was dancing with me to the symbolic, symphonic tones, chatting every single day. Our relationship has upgraded far better than ever been before. She showed me her pictures everywhere she went, and I asked her to let me print and frame her pictures to see her when I fall or wake up. We used to talk about our future. Of course, I thought the question. It was beautiful memories we dug into our depths. Memorized pictures in our eyes and very great nostalgia into us, let alone the longings, which became clear with our words. We couldn't conceal our love deep inside. She was an introvert girl, depressed that she used to hurt herself using a knife. She felt lonely. My dream was to make her glad. Nobody gave a damn about it. I've always wanted to be by her side, that I wished I were burnt as a candle, giving light to her darkness. But I added her more concern. There were accidents of her hurting herself as I started advising her to move away from drugs. That actually stressed me out. I was trying to release her from the grief and made her choose between me and the drugs. I shortly logged off my account on Facebook in order not to add her much more concern and give her some time to sleep on it. Honey, I got nothing to say. My heart is burning as the sun. She missed me and so did I. I went asking myself about the love that made me suffer, but still willing to live in my heart. A prison tongue wonders how a lover could have punished herself and made me suffer with her. Things got back to normal. We talked again and our relationship continued with love and passion. We were laughing, playing together. We were having fun. She was my first love. It requires staying always close to whom you love. As usual, when she felt pain, she would cut herself. But last time, her case was dangerous. She has sent me her pictures from the hospital in dire stairs. As a result, I was afraid and unhappy. I wasn't aware of the fact that she was there. I wish I had been by her side, that I was ready to sleep outside for her. I used to be jealous on her, that I get afraid someone might take her from me. I couldn't have been patient for years so that I get married to her. We started looking for a solution for immigration. She wanted to help, but she couldn't. So I started thinking about illegal migration. I've never, ever felt this sort of jealousy to which I have nothing to express, or rather, it's far more essential than that, I thought. Therefore, one continues to wait, see, and expect the lover to change to a stranger. Day in, day out, circumstances began to deteriorate again. After that, disputes between us started to come into sight. We've set out a meeting for discussion on Facebook, but I forgot that the time differences between us. So I missed the boat. Jealousy was the fuel for that dispute. I was sent a friend request by one of her friends and approved of that on the spot. She, as the result, thought I was unfaithful to her, and her doubt boosted when she saw a friend of mine expressing friendship holding picture with my name on it. Hence, things went in the wrong direction. I tried to explain and explain again to her, but she was angry. She didn't give me a chance to prove to her that I love no one else but her. Her jealousy has expressed her love to me, but I couldn't see that because it was such anger from her. So I decided to close my account. I've hit myself. I was so sad. A life, after all this pain, truly be possible? She asked one of my friends about me. She missed me, of course. She still loved me. How idiot was I? We went back again, and maybe that would have been the last. Despite several harsh circumstances, we talked again. After that, the idea of migration started popping up in my head once more. So I decided to go to Europe because I had promised her and gave her my address before. But I was afraid of getting swallowed by the waves of the sea. I left everything for her. I left without knowing what would happen to me. And she was trying to stop me from migration. She was afraid too. Her fear of my death increased my love to her. I dreamed to be with her one day. Maybe we will. My first attempt failed, but I didn't give up. I started looking for smart ways for migration. I began to utilize the so-called adverse social engineering. I've made a fake card for the photographic imaging and tried to play tricks on the port's security. I used to watch the ship's movements continuously, but my attempts went in vain, so I returned on the road, alone, despair over the sorrow seeds, inviting me to the dirge. We've gone through heated debates that she started cursing me because of jealousy. I only wanted to put things in the right direction, but in vain. She couldn't think about our love, even for a second. She didn't have the faintest idea what would happen to me. I tried looking for her, sending her messages from another account. I felt that I would lose her forever. I didn't know why she was pissed off at me. She didn't give me a chance. She banned me. That love faded away and left the scars of despair. And when your sun lifts my sky, darling, the universe has become a dense darkness. It's got no colors, no fears, no sounds. We constantly used to share our sadness, happiness, and be together. We would always try to steal from our days the beautiful moments and make it longer. I endeavored thinking about by the phone, family, school. I tried looking for her again. I never thought the meeting would last. I couldn't afford the train payment, but tried looking for her by the phone, asking her family and school for her. I started to think about immigration, but my attempts went in vain because of my lack of experience. I tried to keep the promise I gave her, which is migrating for her, to prove that my love to her doesn't know the impossible. Sometimes, at night, I used to walk around the street without any means of transportation, that I would sleep on the streets and sometimes get caught by the police. Despair, despair, despair was always chasing me. My situation is like a planet of water that was filled and overflowed with sadness. I feel sad. This melancholy used to be the main meal in my spiritual plate. I started using drugs. I thought that was the only solution for the problem. I was drunk, depressed, lazy, and worst of all, lonely. I used to flip from side to side while sleeping, thinking about the love that deserted me, the pain that possessed me, and the situation I went through for the loss of my girlfriend. The story has started with a film and ended with a film, but I'm done. I'm about to die now, but the first love never dies. My heart hurts me. I hate to die twice, 'cause it's so boring.